All right, everybody, welcome to NorCal Sports Network. And this is the same hat that Brock Purdy's dad wears. Chat loves it when Marty Lurie comes on.
Anytime you lose a game this time of year, when you can't go backwards, it's a problem.
All right, everybody, welcome on in. NorCal Sports Network, Thursday afternoon, July 31st. The trade deadline is here. We're less than 2 hours away from it being wrapped up. We're going to break down every trade. We'll go over the key trades that have already been made, and we'll let you know each trade that happens as it happens. First, let us thank our sponsor of this show. That would be Chapman Law Group. Chapman Law Group, located in Marin, California, licensed in all of the state, doing business as Chapman Law Group. Give Chapman Law Group a call for all your legal needs. You got a personal injury situation? Make sure you give Chapman Law Group a call at 415-613-9483. Let them know NorCal Sports Network sent you. Remember, don't settle with an insurance company or carrier before talking to Chapman Law. All right, Lou, been a busy, I would say, 24-hour period where lots of things are happening, a lot of movement, a lot of relievers being traded. The Giants have been quiet, very, very quiet since trading Tyler Rogers. I'm going to hold my judgment until 3 p.m., but let me just tell you, if the Giants don't do anything this afternoon noteworthy, I am going to unload, let it all out on this front office. So we'll give them another hour and 56 minutes to see what they can get done. But Lou, it's looking like a passive group again.
Yeah, I one of the things I thought of, because when I woke up this morning, as we know, the Miller trade became official. I mean, the A's got some good guys. Wow.
Yeah.
I think of the Giants sort of like maybe some of our chat. These guys think our guys, and we give them such high praise when they're just average. I've never seen a trade deadline.
Okay, one sec, Lou. We got a little breaking news here. A little breaking news on the Houston Astros, Minnesota Twins. Carlos Correa is going back to the Houston Astros. They get it done. Shortstop Carlos Correa looks like man third base with Jeremy Pena staying at shortstop for the Astros. So Carlos Correa reunited with the Houston Astros.
And that tells you something. He had a no trade clause, but he said the only team he would take that is to go back to Houston. So that's nice pickup by Minnesota. They're actually getting a lot of they're looking forward to the future. But what I was saying, pending the physical. Good one, Aaron. Good one. Is I think the Giants front office think our players are level A when maybe they're like B minus C pluses, because I've never seen relievers go for so much. We commented Rogers, but you have a couple of relievers now that you could basically, and everyone's still looking for them. But, basic relievers, the A's with giving up Miller and their starter got 4 prospects, but 2 of them are number 3 prospects. One of he was dumb number 3. One guy was the number 3 prospect at one time, and then San Diego's third I mean, they're getting guys and they're thinking of the future. The problem with the Giants is I don't think we're going to do anything. If we do, it'll be very minute, because Buster, for some reason, still thinks we're good. We're a playoff team, which is wrong. We always know the Giants never want to rebuild, so you got to actually blame Larry Bear. And most importantly is maybe nobody really wants our players. When you really look at how successful is, do you really want to take a chance on Duvall? He's not there physically a lot of times. He's not there mentally. And I think, it's not a surprise. We said, we were surprised, yes, with Rogers, but maybe the Giants weren't going to do anything. But this just sort of shows you these guys are sitting on their laurels thinking we're better than we are. And I think if they don't do anything, Dan, beside you going after the front office and the organization, I think the fans might revolt. because they know and they see. Eyes don't deceive you, especially after coming off one of the worst homestands of all time. How they're not making a move. It's a whole entire Giants in a setting. They just, they don't care. They don't care about the fans, obviously. That's the way I feel. I mean, I'm a little upset, especially with the demand so high. You got to do some, and we still have our 2 free agents. You trying to tell me not one person's called for Wilmer? Nobody's called for Yaz. Now we're stuck with them for the rest of the year. At least, DFA him, then I don't care.
Yeah. It's pretty wild that, hold on a sec. I got to tell people I'm live. Yep, I'm live. I get it. People texted me about Correa. It's already, okay. That's enough. Okay. All right. So Jeff Taylor says Lou has been traded to KMBR for cash considerations. There you go, Lou. You've been traded to KMBR. This is just the Giants are a mess, guys. I'm here to tell you this might be one of the worst franchises in all of baseball. Maybe it's bordering on one of the worst franchises in sports if they do nothing. This is a clear cut sell. You've got to, move off of Yaz. You've got to move off of Verlander. You've got to move off of Flores. You should be moving off of Robbie Ray and Camilo Duvall. There is a lot of activity out there. Duvall doesn't necessarily have to be a closer for some team, although you would think he might, but he could be a 7th or 8th inning guy. Look, Duvall is, hey, Tony, good to meet you. Cut it out. You tell me to cut it out. I'll keep going. This is my show, Tony. My show. I get to say what I want. And you could tell me to cut it out or you could leave. You're free to do whatever you want, but I'm not cutting it out. I'm here to tell you like it is. This franchise, if they don't sell today and they bring back these clowns for next year, you're going to see another 3rd or 4th place finish. Guarantee it. This is a team that has no direction. I'm going to hold off on giving my final thoughts on this because, yeah, that's you, clown. Tony, you're a clown. Get out of here. Go bother somebody else. There's a lot of activity, Lou, that's just happening all around the league. Guys like Freddie Furman, a weak backup catcher getting traded. David Bednar. You can't tell me Camilo Duvall's not more valuable than David Bednar?
Yeah, I mean, that tells me the Giants are thinking these guys are a lot better and want a lot in demand. The other thing, too, this might mean that Buster's just a pawn. He's just a name. I mean, he knows there's problems. He wants to win. We've been told that. We were told approximately 3 weeks ago they're going to be all in, all active at the trade deadline. And I've seen nothing. They made one very minute trade. Why everybody else has gone crazy. Everybody else knows. And it's not like we're 2 games back. We're 6 games behind the Padres. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Deloading saying it's 2 hours left. I hope you would wait. If you heard my full comment, I said, I'm going to hold judgment. I said, big if, let me put that in the if, guys, if the Giants don't do anything, I am going to tell you they are one of the worst organizations. They have an opportunity right now to sell and to actually improve the future of the franchise. And if they don't make moves, I'm going to let this organization have it. And I don't think I'm alone out there everybody sees it. The Giants, there's just no heart on this team. There's no soul. But there are guys that can play the game of baseball, and you've got to be out there, be willing to make moves. If this team thinks like, oh, I honestly think, Lou, you said it earlier, they think they're actually a good team, and they think they want to hold on, and they've been doing this for how long? We still got an hour and 48 minutes before the official trade deadline is over. So, a lot of things happen in the last hour. So I expect a lot of things to be going off between 2 and 3 o'clock. From 2:30 to 3 o'clock, the deals come flying in. But there's been already an abundance of activity in this trade deadline compared to last year's or the years before. Here's what I think, Lou. I think this is such an open year that this reminds me a little bit. And when you had OKC in the NBA playoffs, but the Pacers made it to the finals in the East. You could have had in the West, you could have had a number of teams. This feels like it's wide open this year. Everybody, coronated the Dodgers in the offseason, and the Dodgers look like one of the weaker teams of 5 or 6 other teams. You got the Mets and the Phillies, you got the Cubs and the Brewers. There's 4 teams in the National League that can knock off the Dodgers, and the Padres can knock off the Dodgers. That's 5 teams. So the Dodgers aren't even a shoe-in to get to the NLCS. And then in the American League, it's wide open there too. You've got the Yankees, you got the Blue Jays, you've got the Tigers, you've got the Astros, you've got the Mariners. Any one of these teams could win a world championship this year. And I think that's why people are going for it and paying higher prices.
Yeah, I agree. And hey, George, I guess you're not a true Giants fan because you don't think I do a good job on the show, and you think Buster's doing better.
Where's this,
I have
George?
no problem with what you say. Yeah, George at 112. I don't think his pickups and what he's done as president of operations, they've all been failures. Name one thing he's done that has been successful. I'll just leave it at that. All right, back to what you're saying. Yeah, Dan, it is very lively. I think probably 2 of the last 3 years it's been very, very quiet. This is one of the most active ones. The other thing is teams like San Diego, they're still going after it. They now have 4 relievers, and some of the guys are getting, maybe there's a reason why the Giants are 2 games below 500, our personnel. But some of these other guys that are going, like Washington's reliever, Pittsburgh's reliever, they're not better than ours. They're probably on the same stature. I just think, we must be demanding a lot because even when I'm watching MLB where they have 3 different GMs on there, nobody's mentioning the Giants. Nobody. They're mentioning like the Angels. They're mentioning whatever. Oh, you think getting Devers was a big trade? Come on, guys. Devers right now, we won't know if it's good for at least another year. Right now, it's not good, but we'll see what happens. But I'm going to disregard the chat until 2 more hours. But go ahead, Dan.
Yeah.
Is there another big thing?
John Heyman, Houston is now trying hard for one of the big starters, Merrill Kelly, Alcantara, or Dylan Cease, and they are in the Quan talks also. Houston. What else do we have here?
But Dan, are you sort of surprised too? I mean, I don't know if you're watching MLB. They mentioned every team except the Giants. Every team.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with the Giants right now. It's unreal. I got people on Twitter. It cracks me up because I said the Giants are trash. Their farm.
Yeah.
And somebody said, Dan, can you explain to me how a farm is weak that has their teams in first place from low A to triple A? Well, they're not in first all the way around. Triple A, they're not. Double A, they're not. They're doing well in San Jose.
Triple A even in first place? I thought they were one.
No, they're not. And then they play halves. They do first half, second half in the minors. and they're up there in second place. But I attached what I did is I attached this. I said standings don't matter in minor leagues unless you have top prospects. How about the 2019 Sacramento River Cats winning the AAA championship? What players from that team on the team went on to be stars for the Giants? I'll give you a clue. It rhymes with hero. Look, guys, people that get all excited about standings in the minor leagues, you got guys moving up and down. It doesn't matter. That 2019 team didn't produce any San Francisco Giants that I could recall that, look, can you name a name from the 2019 River Cats that you're excited about that's with the Giants? Or they just didn't exist. They got lucky. They got hot for a week or two, and they had nobody. They had a bunch of nobodies on the team.
Oh my
so
God.
there we go.
It's like you guys are now talking like WNBA, like anyone. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about single A, double A. Nobody. Come on, guys.
Austin Slater got traded, and he's worse than Yaz. Absolutely. This is incredible. Philip, I realize Devers hasn't hit like he should, but when you trade for a top 10 hitter in baseball, it's hard to complain about that. It's a good trade. It's exactly what we've been waiting for years. Hey, nobody's crapping on that trade, Philip.
The money.
We've been talking about the Giants. I've said it. I think Lou said it. Look, time will tell, but I'd still make that trade today, even though the results have not been good. The Astros.
I'm not saying it's a bad trade. Yeah, another one.
The Astros are making a trade. They're getting Jesus Sanchez from the Marlins, good outfielder, good young outfielder. So they get their outfielder. Who said it was Lou just did say it was horrible? I don't think he said it was horrible.
What I said is I've been saying that you said I don't do a great job on NorCal and Buster's done a better job. And I said, name one. This trade, the big thing you got to remember, we took on the money. And what that's done now is we now have 4 huge contracts for more than 3 years. So we're stuck with them. And what I mean by this is we don't know if it's a good trade. You guys think it might be a good trade. I love that we got Devers as a good hitter, but right now it doesn't look good. So of the 5 things that Buster's done, here's a golden opportunity to Buster say, hey, Lou, I know what I'm doing. It's hot. Let me do my job. And I will. But once 3 o'clock comes, if nothing's done, we're stuck with the same team. I mean, here's a perfect example. Here's a guy that had a no trade clause. Carlos was, I think, $214 million he was owed, and another GM got it done.
Hey, Harry, new member. All right. Thank you, Harry, for becoming a new member of NorCal Sports. Welcome. Appreciate that so much. Look, the Devers trade is probably one of the better trades, in my opinion, the Giants have made. Here's the reasons why. You didn't give up a lot. You gave up no real stars in the deal. You got a potential star back. The money's not a big issue for the Giants in that it's not a horrible contract for a superstar. And you know what? If for some reason Devers doesn't work out and it's the trade deadline a year from now and Rafi Devers has 7.5 years remaining of control, and for some reason he just says, I just don't like San Francisco. I don't like the ballpark. I don't like, it's just not right fit. Whatever it is, you can trade Rafi Devers for quite a bit. And why could you still trade him for quite a bit? It's because the Giants have money and they can elect to say, you know what? There's $225 million remaining for those final 7 years or whatever. We'll pay 75 to 100 million of that money, and they can get a tops. I mean, you can get serious players for Rafi Devers if he's healthy a year from now. No doubt about it. So the Giants have some work to do. We'll see what they do. We'll see if they do some stuff today or in the off season to build around Devers, I think you have to try to look at building around Rafi Devers. You picked him up. He's the star of this team, and you're going to have to find ways to protect him in the lineup, because if you don't find ways to protect him in the lineup, they're just going to pitch around Devers and face Adames or Chapman and say, you know what? I mean, if I'm a righty and I got an open bag at first base, why would I throw to Devers when I can throw to Adames or Chapman, knowing that there's a high likelihood that those guys are going to either make an out or, even worse, strike out and have a non-productive out. What team would take on Devers' contract? I don't know in mind, but like I said, if the Giants are willing to pay for a portion of that contract, let's say they say, you know what, we'll pay down 75 to 100 million. You're bringing Rafi Devers down to about an AAV for a new team of about 20 million. Who wouldn't want Rafi Devers for 20 million a year? Come on. I mean,
and then
Jung-Hoo Lee's making 19. Jung-Hoo Lee's making 19. You're going to tell me you wouldn't take Rafi Devers for 20?
Yeah, Dan, we have a little super chat, and then I just see another trade by Jeff Passon, Texas Rangers acquiring left-hander Danny Columbi from Minnesota. Boy, Minnesota's really, they realize they're not there. They're unloading, and I think probably in the last hour, if they're unloading another starting pitching, why not Joe Ryan?
Yeah, but, we already announced. We announced that one already. Hey,
and did you see Chad's super chat? Sorry, I just want to make sure.
I will get to that. Okay, we've got a couple of chats in here. The front office is tone deaf if they think we're in it after watching our division get better. Absolutely. I hope the Giants don't think like, oh, we've got the guys to do it. Look, I put out a tweet yesterday. Buster has been given a mandate by this team showing that they're not effective. They don't have the guys. Look, for all we know, the Giants could have traded Tyler Rogers thinking we got better this year and we're still in it. We got Buto, who's a left-handed reliever, middle reliever. Maybe they think we needed more lefties. Look, if the reliever market has been wild, I would be trading Joey LaCasey. I would be trading Camilo Duvall. I would be making Richard Rodriguez available as a haul. People love what Rodriguez has been doing, but we all know Rodriguez can't pitch back-to-back games. So what good is Rodriguez if he can't become a closer? Buto is right-handed. Is he right-handed? Why did I think Buto was left-handed? Let me look him up. What was his first name? Jose Buto. Yeah, he is right-handed. That's right. I read a report that said he was left-handed, but he is right-handed. I think. Let me look again. Yeah, bats right, throws right. Thanks. I just read something yesterday that said he was left-handed. So he is right-handed. So he replaces Rogers. Maybe I read the wrong guy. What was the other guy's name they got in the deal? Slade Tidwell? Maybe Slade Tidwell. Maybe he was the lefty. No, he's a righty as well. Okay. All right. So
yeah, George says, boy, today is so active. It's amazing.
Yeah. Buster, people have to remember Buster may not have relationships with GMs to get some deals done. There are some GMs that will try to fleece him too. Absolutely. Well, this is why you hire somebody from the outside and you get somebody like the A's Billy Owens or somebody that is willing to actually make deals. But, Zach Meneas, and we're talking about Posey doing all these deals. I'm not even sure Posey's doing these deals, guys. It could be Zach Menaeson. We just give Posey. We posy ourselves so much like Buster's the savior of the world because he's Buster Posey and he's the front man. I don't think he's doing all this work. You can't sit there and tell me that Buster's in on every conversation. Why do you have Zach Menaeson for? I believe Menaeson is the one, and Menaeson's experienced in making trades when he was with the Brewers. So we keep talking about deloading says and hate on Menaeson as well. Well, Buster's the final say. He's a stopgap guy. I'm just saying that I don't know if Buster is on the phones with all these GMs. I don't know if he's swinging these deals. I got to believe that Zach Menaeson and Jeremy Shelley are doing a lot of the groundwork and that Buster's overseeing it. So that's like deloading. That's like saying, don't blame Bob Melvin, blame the coaches, fire the coaches first. Look, you go to the top. It's always been that way. In any kind of business, you go to the top. You don't fire the vice president, impeach the vice president first. If you're going after the guy that's in charge. That's just always the way it is. Leaders of companies get the axe because the company's not performing. Start at the top. Do we got another deal? Somebody said Padres are finalizing a deal. Jeff Passan to get Ryan O'Hearn and outfielder Ramon Laureano. Look at this is where the Giants could have been a couple of days ago. Wow. This is something. Hold on here one sec. Let me just one sec.
There's just so much information coming, guys. Just everyone be patient.
Okay. All right. So we'll see where this is going, but the San Diego Padres have picked up Ryan O'Hearn and Laureano. We don't have the details who the Padres are getting. I'm going to pull up for you guys some of the trade machines because I've been looking at these trade machines today, and a lot of people have been saying this trade machine doesn't make any sense. Here's the A's trade, by the way. Now it's already been made, so it's flipped. Obviously, I can't make the A's trade Mason Miller, but this is just reversed. It's pretty doggone close when you consider 56 to 42. You're 14 off, right? Or 6, 14. That's not a bad deal. Look, Mason Miller. See, what this is telling me, Lou, is teams are overpaying right now for players. The Padres gave up 56 points to the A's, and the A's just had to give up, Miller. And so the A's were able to pick up more value getting Leo DeVries, the number one prospect in the Padres organization. And I think he's one of the top prospects in all of baseball.
Number 3 overall.
So, yeah. So there's one there's one trade right there. I will be doing the trade machine and we'll analyze. I've done a few others that have been pretty accurate. Let me see if we've got any more information. Red Sox right now are talking about Merrill Kelly. Let's see what else.
And Dan, I just wanted to say, AJ Preller, for San Diego, this is 2 straight trade deadlines. Last year, he traded for 3 relievers. They were literally one game away of knocking out the Dodgers. They see the Dodgers are suffering right now. They still play the Dodgers 8 more times. They're going to be playing the Giants, big 4-game series down there. They think they can win it, and they're going for it. That's what organizations do. Now, before the chat goes crazy on me, I know we won 3 World Series, guys, but that was 10 years ago. Will you guys move on from that? Okay? Baseball is different. You got to adjust every year. And Dan brought up a great point. Buster's sort of thinking, hey, in 10, 12, and 14, we got some veterans. Right now, guys, the West is getting better. And the Dodgers are always going to have more money than us. And the Giants are just stagnant, I think is a great way to say it. So it's just one of those things, I mean, when it's this hot in the last hour, I mean, my God, the phone's got to be blowing up for the Giants pitching. Why not just do it? You got to think of the future. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah. You look at Mason Miller's surplus value. It was 30.4. They've got Camilo Duvall at 2.3. I don't know. That's pretty low. I don't know if it's just teams have looked at the inconsistencies there.
Mental breakdown.
The Giants sending him down last year, but San Diego going all in. They've got pitching. They've added starting pitching. Their bullpen is the best in baseball without a doubt.
And hitting now. So now they're like 1 through 8. I mean, my God.
The Mets, I mean, they've added Ryan O'Hearn and Ramon Laureano. I mean, what's there going to be left for the Giants to go after here? I mean, we didn't need Laureano or O'Hearn. The Giants need to be getting guys for next year and years beyond. They need to be getting prospects, guys like they did from the Tyler Rogers deal. Look, the Tyler Rogers deal, you could see Slade Tidwell possibly pitching in this series, starting a game for the Giants against the Mets. You could see
starters. Good point.
You could see Drew Gilbert playing right field this week starting tomorrow
night. Yeah. Good
so
point.
The Giants went after guys that they got some ready-made players for Tyler Rogers. Look, big deal. You could sign Tyler Rogers back in 3 months if you want him back during free agency. I don't know.
What about San Diego also getting a catcher? You don't see that too much. San Diego acquired a catcher because they have a guy right now who's having problems hitting. Would you ever see the Giants trying to get a catcher? No, we're good with Bailey. We always want to be safe. That's been the problem the last, Farhan and Buster. Everybody's like happy being safe. I mean, they even talked about that on MLB. Oh, my God, they got a catcher. Do you know how hard it is to get a catcher at the trade deadline?
Yeah.
Nobody called about Bailey.
Yeah.
Obviously because he can't hit. Go ahead, Dan.
Bob Nightingale says the baseball gods certainly have a sense of humor. Carlos Correa's first game back with the Houston Astros will be at Fenway Park playing third base against, former Astros teammate Alex Bregman. Interesting. If the Giants, as I said, if after 3 p.m. today, Mike Yastrzemski is still on this roster, it's malpractice. It's baseball malpractice.
Dan, do you want to send them Chapman Law his phone number? Should we tell Chapman Law, hey, you're going to be getting a lot of calls about our great offense?
Look, if Yaz and Verlander and Flores are on this team, it's malpractice. It would be unreal.
Why?
Because they're not going anywhere, and you got to play the young guys. Why would you keep Yaz?
Because of the name. Hey, Giants baseball, nothing like it.
Look, I put a tweet out yesterday. Deloading says, respectively, since Yaz is so bad, who would want him? Well, look, he's a good fourth outfielder. When you get into the playoffs and it's a tight game, do you want Elliot Ramos out there, man, in the outfield in the 8th, 9th inning, or do you want somebody like Yaz? He has a place. He can be a spot starter. You can play him. You can pinch hit him against certain right-handed pitching. He can run the bases. He's a solid outfielder. You can't tell me that some teams wouldn't want a fourth outfielder as a backup for Yaz that's on a good team. Look, in a stacked lineup, Yaz is going to see probably better pitches to hit. They're not going to want to pitch around Yaz. He would be fine with a good team. He's 35. He'll be a free agent. Well, then if you guys think he's that bad, cut him. Why would you keep him? Is my point. I said if he's on the roster if he's on the roster tomorrow night and in New York, it's malpractice. You're not going anywhere with Yaz. But this is the problem. When I say malpractice, guys, I'm talking if the Giants keep him, they don't have the mentality of a forward-thinking front office. You can't keep this guy and hold back. Look, we don't think Luis Matos may be a bust. Whatever he's shown us in his limited time, he has not produced. But give the kid 50 games and let him ride out the season because he's out of options. And if he's good, you keep him or trade him. And if he's no good, you let him go. But you got to find out now. This is another season that the Giants are going nowhere. Look, you think they're going to catch San Diego with what San Diego's done? No way. And you're not catching the Mets or Phillies or the Cubs or Brewers. So your best shot is the Padres because you play them 7 times. And you look at what the Padres have done. They've added Mason Miller, Springs, O'Hearn, and Laureano. Giants just have no chance against these guys. They're not going to win all 7. They would need to win at least 6 to make a dent. You win 6, you gain 5 games on them. They're not winning more than 4 against the Padres, and I'm being extremely generous. They're probably going to go 2-5 or 1-6 against the Padres in the last 7. I just don't see what everybody else sees with some of these players. And yes, I get it. Everybody is looking at Yaz and says, we all agree, Yaz has to go. But how do we get that through the Giants' head? Let's see. We've got an hour and 19 minutes left. Does Yaz get moved? Does Flores get moved? Does Verlander get moved? Does Robbie Ray get moved? Those are 4 guys that I would move right now. Yaz, I would also move Duvall. That's 5 guys. Who have I named? Ray, Duvall, Yaz, Flores, and Verlander. That's 5 guys that you should be parting with right now. It's beyond me that the Giants haven't made any moves. You know, they made the move. The time to make the move was yesterday when they did move Rodgers, and everybody, you see all these teams going last night. I can't believe the Giants. I would be shocked, Lou, if they don't do anything. If they sit and do nothing, I would be absolutely shocked.
These are the same people that's why I'm worried about someone like Eldridge. The praise. Same people said how great Harrison's going to be. The same thing. The Giants' track record, I would say over the last 10 years has not been good. I want Eldridge to be a star. I want Eldridge to be a badass. I just don't want, and if he doesn't become a star and he's sort of like someone like a Brandon Belt, I will never believe the Giants again. The one good thing is people got involved and said, don't rush him. Don't rush Eldridge. Dan brought up a point because the Giants are cheap. They're going to wait to bring him up. Once they do, everything will be fine. But, you're going to have to also get used to him being a failure a lot. I mean, if you're striking out a lot in AAA, what do you think when you're going against the best in the major leagues? Especially when you bring them up, a lot of these teams are trying to get in the playoffs. So it's not like, oh, Eldridge is here. Let's just see if he can hit. He's a rookie. No, they're going to want to strike him out. They're going to want to win. Like when we go down to San Diego to see the Giants, that might be the Dodgers and the Padres might be tied. The Giants might be 10 out. No pressure, but still, it's going to be must wins for the other team. So they got to do something. Yeah, Dan, if why don't you call Posey, put us on a 3-way so this way the chat can listen in at the same time.
I thought about calling Bobby Evans, but I thought he's probably busy. I'm sure he's in that whatever room they want to call it, war room or whoever. You got guys like Menason and Bobby Evans and Jeremy Shelley and Buster. I'm sure they're all working together, but
I mean, Giants, look at this just for the pitcher for I'm sorry, for the outfielder Jesus Sanchez. The Marlins are getting a right-hander, a shortstop, and an outfielder, and the shortstop is a top 10 prospect.
All right, hold on. Do you have the names?
Yeah. Sure.
Right, hold on. Let me get Marlins and Astros deal.
Correct.
All right. Who are the Marlins? Let me just pull this up. The Marlins just traded only Sanchez, right? That was
Correct.
The only guy. Okay, so they traded Jesus Sanchez, and hold on here. He's a 27-year-old outfielder, and then who are the Astros trading?
Right-hander Ryan Gusto, Gusto.
Hold on here. What's going on with this page? Come on. Tick me off. Okay, 1 second here. Right-hander Ryan Gusto.
Yep.
Who else?
Shortstop Chase Jaworski, Jaworsky.
All right, stop there. Let me go to page 2. Come on. You know what? The trade machine has been crashing today. I think people all across the country are
there you go.
Using this. Probably GMs are checking it. Okay, what's the other? Okay, hold on. You said they got so many names in here.
So the first one, Ryan Gusto.
Okay, I haven't found
Gusto.
And the other names? Give them to me all.
Sure, Ryan Gusto.
Yeah.
Chase Jaworski, Jaworski.
Okay, I see Jaworski. Okay.
And then outfielder, I'll spell it ESMIL Valencia. VALENCIA.
All right. I'm looking for these guys here. Valesquia. Okay, Ismail Valesquia. And who was the other guy?
Ryan Gusto.
Ryan Gusto. All right. Ryan Gusto. I haven't seen him yet on any of the pages yet. I'm on page. See, these guys have very little value. Ryan Gusto. Haven't found him yet. I must have missed him. Hopefully he's on page 1 and I just missed him. Okay, he's not on page 5. Let's go back to page 1. Ryan Gusto. There he is. Okay. Let's see how this trade machine worked, guys. Again, this trade machine's a tool. I think it's been pretty close. There you have it. Marlins get 3 players equaling 8.6, the biggest being Ryan Gusto. Jesus Chen says 12.6. So you're talking within 4 points. This is a tool that seems to give you an idea that these things aren't too far off. It's not like
4 points between 3 guys too. That's pretty. I think it's right on.
I mean, you're not getting somebody that's like, so the Giants, I mean, look at the values of these guys that are on the Marlins, nothing great. This is like the Giants values, a lot of these guys. Look, I would be looking to trade Tyler Fitzgerald in a deal. He's got value. If I pull up the Giants value machine on here, guys, they've got a couple guys that you could look at. Like, let's just pull up the Giants values here. And you see Logan Webb, 59, Eldridge, 56, Ramos still way up there at 27, Rodriguez at 20, Gonzalez right under 20, Roop just under 20, Bailey still high. Look, Ryan Walker, there's Jose Budo that they got, 10.3, Tyler Fitzgerald, 9. Look, a lot of these guys are going in deals that, Jesus Sanchez is a outfielder under still team control. So not exactly sure why the Giants have not moved off of some of their guys. You could be selling guys like Bailey, and I mean, go for Baltimore right now and start making a deal for next year. Baltimore is looking to trade for next year. Why not trade Baltimore a guy like Robbie Ray, who might do them good for next year for 1 year, and trade them Bailey and Ray and get back Rutschman or something like that?
Toronto did. A guy coming off Tommy John for next year. Got to think of the future somehow. It's unbelievable.
Do we have another deal that just came in and I'm missing? Deloading's talking about Toronto. Yankees are still talking to teams about us adding a starting pitcher. No word anything's close yet. Well, how about Robbie Ray? Spencer Jones is out there still for the Yankees. Man, I'm surprised the Marlins. You know what the Marlins probably figured out? They probably saw what AJ Preller and the Padres are doing and saying, well, we're hot, but I don't think we're going to be able to catch those guys. So we're going to catch the Giants, I mean, they're only a game behind the Giants.
Yeah. And they still got their starting pitching that everybody wants. That could be a last-second deal. And then before you know it, they're picking up 8 prospects.
Yeah. I mean, King of the Nerds.
They still got Sandy.
King of the Nerds might be right. Maybe they don't want the junk that the Giants are. I don't know.
Yeah, I just think we keep them. Oh, they're 8.5s now. They're actually 5s, and that would explain why this team's just not that good.
Yeah. Oh boy, hold on.
But it is shocking because there's no need for us to keep the players, especially guys that are going to be a free agent. I mean, we're not going anywhere. Get something for them. If you have to, trade 2 guys for 1.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hold on here. Right. Copy. 1 sec here.
But also, guys, you got to remember San Diego has made big trades, but this is what happens when you have a great farm system. Every year They restock, and then they have a good farm system for one thing, to make their major league team best possible. We can't do that.
Yeah, the Padres have added today Ryan O'Hearn, Ramon Laureano, J.P. Sears, closer Mason Miller, and catcher Freddie Fermin. Freddie Fermin. He's last year he was a decent hitter for average. He was hitting 300 for quite a while.
That's a pretty good trade deadline day. I mean, 24 hours.
Yeah, like what's his name? The guy with the bow tie. I'm forgetting his name.
The beat writer.
Yeah.
I'm
getting a little weak today. I'm kind of tired here.
Buster? Not Buster.
No, not Buster. Only the little short guy.
Yeah, the guy that's on ESPN all the time. I forgot his name. I know you're talking about. Chat. Who's the guy on ESPN? The short guy with the bow tie that's always talking about trades. I just can't remember his name right now. Here, let me go on and see if he's friends with some of the other guys.
Rosenthal. Thanks, Mark.
Rosenthal. Yeah. There you go. Thanks.
Yeah, he said the number one team he looked out for yesterday. He says San Diego. AJ Preller always comes through. Why can't the Giants be known for having a guy like that? AJ Preller. Now, he's a little reckless at times in that he trades away the entire future for going for it. And if it doesn't work out, one of these days, the law of averages is it's going to strike gold and they're going to maybe win it. But if you look at AJ Preller did nothing, he would have guys like James Woods. He would have shortstop C.J. Abrams, James Wood, I should say. He would have Mackenzie Gore. He would have this Leo DeVries. He would have a lot of players that are becoming stars all over the game. And then why is it, Lou, does San Diego draft and develop all these guys? And who's the last Giant that was – I mean, these guys are getting traded because they're so valuable. They're able to pick up a Juan Soto. What do the Giants have?
Yeah, and it's not like they're getting the top 5 draft pick. You know, that's why that draft is sometimes distorted. But, you know, the one thing, too, is, Dan, you being a fan, seeing this, you thought where the Padres play was crazy now. Imagine their first home game after the trade deadline, because they're going on the road. That place is going to be chaotic because they can feel it. They can taste it. You know, yeah. It'll be a zoo.
Yeah. I mean, it really is remarkable what the Padres have been able to do in developing and drafting and develop. I mean, you look at Jackson Merrill, rookie and second runner-up last year, rookie of the year to Paul Skeens. He's only 21 years old. We got another one here. Okay, this is a minor deal. Padres have acquired infielder Will Wagner from the Blue Jays in exchange for catcher Brandon Valenzuela. Don't know either player.
Another catcher, just in case. That's interesting. Thinking of the future.
No, the Padres gave up a catcher. Maybe that's
because they were plus on catchers.
We'll play with this trade machine and just see what this little wimpy deal means, if anything. I don't even know who these obviously we can't know every minor leaguer, but let's take a look. The Blue Jays have acquired the Padres have, by the way, Jackson Merrill's surplus is 125.2, Tatis 91, Ethan Salas. Oh, that's right. They've got Ethan Salas, their catcher, coming up. Wow, Jeremiah Estrada, the reliever's up that high, 24.7. Wow. That's amazing. Let's see. we've acquired Will Wagner for Brandon Valenzuela. Let's see if I can find Brandon Valenzuela from the Padres. Just kind of, I play with this machine just to see if it's any good myself. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people question it. Sometimes I question it. All right, we got Brandon Valenzuela going to the Blue Jays, and the Padres are getting Will Wagner. Will Wagner. Okay, a small deal. Looks like
A quick reminder, chat tonight. Dan's doing a show with Marty Lurie, I believe, at 7:30.
Marty and Larry, yeah.
Marty and Larry tonight. So make sure you guys join in.
All right, there's the deal. Pretty small, 5.7 to 1.2. So that one. So there we go. Pretty small deal. So minor leaguers.
And we have another super chat by Tommy. He'll get to it.
I'm getting to that right now. I was just going to that. Okay, we've got Sean says, in other news, Poop is interested in butt. Okay. Tommy says, trade Mummy Melvin to Spirit Halloween store.
Good start. I know what he's talking about there.
Yeah. Thank you guys for the supers. Front office, we already did that one. Is tone deaf. Yep. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. All right. Got them all covered. Yeah, there's so many deals to keep looking at. It's just becomes overwhelming trying to stay up on them, and the Giants don't have anything going. KC says, I'm with Webb and I'm with Dan in trading Webb. What about this one? Webb, Yaz, Dakota Jordan for Ramon Anthony. You can replace Webb in the offseason. Yeah, not bad. Gives the Giants a young outfielder, a top prospect in baseball. Dakota Jordan could be something, but he's at least a few years away, so you never know. Deloading says Webb is on a majorly team-friendly deal. They are not moving him. Yeah, but that's what makes his value good. If he didn't have a good deal, if he was a free agent, he wouldn't be that valuable. It's his team-friendly deal that actually makes him worth even more. Let's say Logan Webb, instead of making whatever he's making, 20-something million a year, if he was making 30+ million a year, his value wouldn't be as high. Teams would be shy away from that. All right, so Buster will be doing a
press conference
later today after the deadline. So, let's see, what other deals do we got? Do we have another deal coming here?
Hey, truth hurts, Welke. I completely agree. I don't know if you saw that at 201 by the Truth.
What was it?
Truth said, the way this is going, Dan may never put on a Giants hat again.
Oh, there we go.
I'm at this season.
Yeah, it's not good. I'm looking here at some of the deals that have come across. Nothing there. That's from Bob Nightingale, John Heyman.
1 hour left.
We're down to 58 minutes, guys. Wouldn't that be something if that's all the Giants did is trade Tyler Rogers? And that would tell me that they think we still have the horses to get it done, or nobody wanted our crap. Or they believe their crap doesn't stink and they want to hold on to it for more. They think they can squeeze more out of people.
Yeah, that's probably right.
I think what it is they're trying to trade guys, but they're trying to hold out for too much, and then they're going to end up running it back with the same old crap.
Agree.
If the Giants don't do anything here,
are you getting fired up? You got 57 minutes to get your speech all prepared.
I'm really tired today. I had an early morning of.
Not only are you going to do that, then you got another show tonight.
I know. I got to go get some rest. I'll be shutting my phone off here after about 3:15, and I'm going to go lay down. George says, I think Flores and Yaz have very little value. Probably. Flores is not what he started out to be this season. He's slow. He can only play first base and DH. I guess you could put him at second base or third base in a urgent situation. But he's not anything special. New post from Ken Rosenthal. What do we got? Astros working hard. Oh, that was earlier. To acquire Dylan Cease. What else do we got? We got anything else? That's just an article. Stephen Kwan. My what I'm hearing about Stephen Kwan is the Indians are pretty set on what they think they should get back. They want they're not going to sell low. So if you want to get Kwan from the Indians, you're going to have to really.
He's got what, 2 years after this under control?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh gosh, I'm sorry. I'm really tired today. And you know what? I could tell you this. I'm so tired. I'm after this trade deadline. You know, baseball will be doing a show. In fact, tomorrow night I'll be out. I have to go out tomorrow night. So the Giants Mets game will end about 7:00 tomorrow night. We normally would come on at 8, but we'll probably come on tomorrow night, Friday, about 9:30, because I won't be back home till after 9. So, and I'm probably not even going to watch the final. I'll watch if the game's. I have to leave like 6:30, so I'll get to watch the first 6-7 innings. But
Dan, are you trying to tell me you have a life beside the NorCal Sports Network?
That would be correct.
Okay.
And
I thought you were like a robot. You just
Yeah.
do the show and you live in a huge house because the show is so much money. I mean, last night you had to pay Lowe's just to come on for one show.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gotten so big. I know
All
to
right,
get him the appearance fee.
Alex Call going to the Dodgers. Outfielder Alex Call from the Washington Nationals. We'll see what the Dodgers are giving up for Alex Call. But that's a right-handed hitting outfielder. Has a little bit of promise, not much. He doesn't break the doors down. So we'll see what the Dodgers are giving up for Alex Call. I'm going to tell you that Alex Call has a surplus rating or value. Let's see what Alex Call's surplus is. It's probably around 6 is my guess. I haven't followed Call that much. It's 3.4. Alex Call, 3.4. So we'll see what the Dodgers are giving up for Alex Call. Probably nothing. Probably will be somewhere in the range of 3 to 6 or 7 for Alex Call. Seems like teams are overpaying. Let's see. What do you think they need? The Nationals. They need pitching. Watch it be somebody like Justin Robelski from the Dodgers, or I could see somebody along the lines of like a River Ryan starting pitcher. River Ryan. I'm going to say Justin Robelski, River Ryan, or that's where I'm gonna go there.
And the thing about Washington is they're about 2 years away of being great. They got a whole bunch of young guys. So why not get younger and get, hey, you realize you guys are still 2 years away. By that time, you're hoping maybe Cincinnati and their big free agent, their stud shortstop maybe goes somewhere else and you got an opportunity to win the division. We don't think like that.
Truth hurts Wilkie. Don from Indiana says he thinks it might be a Bobby Miller or Emmett Sheehan for
Bobby Miller. Nice.
We'll see. That's his guess. Let's see. Oh, getting a question here from Mark Graves on the text line, on the UMA guest text line. Do we have tickets yet for August? Do we have our tickets for the San Diego game yet?
I actually wrote my guy this morning.
Okay.
Who's in charge of tickets? He might be. I'm going to give him a pass just because of everything that's going on with the trade deadline. Yeah. I wrote him. Just doing a follow-up. I don't know how it is when you work in the front office, but I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt once the trade deadline's done. But I will. I wrote him this morning, and hopefully he writes me back, and we'll find out. I know it's a little bit difficult to get 5 tickets together, but I also told him if you can't get 5, let us know now, and we'll just get 5 on our own. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty simple. But he's got my credit card. He's got everything. So
we may even have Bora join us down there that day on a short drive from Orange County down to the Giants game. We'll see on that. NorCal fan says, hang in there, Dan. Much appreciated. Before this, we had to rely only on national feeds for trade deadline info. Not the best for Giants fans. All right. Well, thanks. Yeah, we're trying to bring it to you live as it happens. I'm cued into updates. I haven't seen anything come across yet with anything.
I'm even checking Alex's too. Alex hasn't had anything for the last hour. So
yeah, it's quiet. It's quiet on the front. Let's see if there's any news here. Texas Rangers are looking to add another starter. How about Robbie Ray to the Texas Rangers? And maybe we can get somebody like an Evan Carter or something along those lines that showed potential 2 years ago in the World Series as a rookie. Let's check. Rangers, who have been trying for Dylan Cease, are talking to D-backs about Merrill Kelly right now, according to John Heyman. So, I don't know why, if you're the Diamondbacks, you would hold on to Merrill Kelly and Zach Gallen at this point. They're free agents. They're going to walk.
They're going to be gone.
And you've already gotten rid of Suarez and Naylor. So, you know, the Diamondbacks are capitalizing on selling. Giants, you know, part of this, Lou, these contracts that we've been talking about. You know, George Curry says Buster said he likes the team he has. Bear this morning on KBR put it on the players to play better. There is truth to this, but the front office brought back players who have soap. And so, yeah, look, this is why I made the statement, and I'm going to stand by it. If Buster Posey does not capitalize on this trade deadline and sell, I said this on Twitter yesterday. In fact, I will pull up my quote. I said let me just pull up the quote because I can't remember it exactly. Give me 1 second, and I will have that quote up for you. And I will take some heat on this quote. I am sure I've already been told a few places to go by other people on Twitter.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Respect.
nice.
Respect.
Yeah. There it is. If Buster does not sell, Buster Posey's been given a mandate by his players to sell, get rid of all the dead weight, which is about 80% of the roster. If Buster does not sell now, he's not fit to be the president of baseball operations, and I will stand by that quote. If he doesn't sell today, he's just not fit to make the moves. And I don't care. Blame it on him that he's a rookie. Look, this team sucks. These players, there's guys that can be moved. You can't tell me that Robbie Ray and Camilo Duvall, people don't want a Ray or Duvall, or you can't move a Patrick Bailey when he's considered one of the top catchers in the game. You can't go out and work out a deal. And you know, what good is Bailey if he can't hit at all? I mean, Bailey works well on a team that is got a very, very deep lineup, and you just say whatever we get out of him is okay. But if we can get if we get his defensive presence, then you're happy. Yeah, CJ, I agree. He should be trading Duvall because Duvall kept shaking him off. He ought to I get the best of you. I'm sending you to Colorado where your career is going to blow up. I don't know. Tom says Posey didn't build this team, and he's only roughly. I agree, he didn't build the majority of the team, but he is responsible for some of the biggest acquisitions on this team. He's responsible for 4 of the players in the starting lineup. He's responsible for Chapman, Adames, Devers, and Yaz. Those are all direct results. And your DH, Flores. He signed, Flores was already signed, I believe. Who was Lamont Wade. We had to deal with Lamont Wade. I mean, he's gone now, but finally moved off of him, but we had to deal with Lamont Wade. So he went with Wade, Flores, and Yaz, and Adames. I don't think the Adames and Devers moves are bad, personally. I think the Adames move is an overpay in the sense he got 7 years. But you know what? At the time, I thought the Adames deal was pretty good, and it hasn't played out perfectly. He's still got 6 more years to go. If you can get 3 to 4 good years out of Adames and the rest are not so good, the back end, that's just the price you pay of doing business. The Chapman deal, to me, I would have let him walk. I think you could have found a serviceable third baseman for very, very cheap compared to and you had Casey Schmidt that was a natural third baseman, and Chapman was going to be a free agent. You could have let him walk. You could have got a compensation pick. Dom Smith, George, would be pretty good. Yeah, what's up?
Dan, do you think the Giants maybe thought after the tragedy with the shortstop situation where there were 4 stud shortstops and the Giants didn't get any, and then at the last second they said, all right, we better take Correa, and then that was a screw up. Now you go to third base. Oh, we better get somebody. You know what I mean? Where one incident led to another. I mean, because that was sort of embarrassing with that shortstop situation.
This is part of this problem this team is in. I agree with Tom here. Farhan set the franchise back quite a bit with, and Giants top draft picks. None of them worked out. The only one to really make it to the big leagues of Farhan's was Bailey. The rest of his 5 other picks did not do well. Ramos is the 17 draft pick. He's, had a great year last year, started off well, and he's struggled lately, but Brett says, stop saying Posey signed Yaz. He was arbitration eligible. He was always, well, who signed him, Brett? Who offered him arbitration? Have you ever heard of non-tender? A non-tender says, bye-bye, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya. So he didn't have to offer Yaz a deal, Brett. He could have just said.
And they'll probably come back next year and say, hey, Yaz, would you be interested? But not 9.8 million, but we'll sign you up for 5 million. And the Giants would probably take it. It's what a good agent does.
So he did sign Yaz. He had the choice of letting him go or offering him an arbitration deal. So, Brett, what are you saying? Stop saying Posey signed Yaz. He certainly did, Brett. He's not held to his hands tied behind his back and say, I've got to give in to Yaz. No, they didn't let Estrada go.
That shortstop from Miami, with Miami, they let him go, even though he probably deserved a spot on the roster. You guys got to stop thinking. Buster as a player has been great. Stop giving him such leeway and just admit he's made a lot of mistakes as the president of operations. It's okay. You're not downgrading him. You just tell him the facts. My God. Yeah, look at 9.25 million. That's what we gave him for 1 year for a guy who's not even a starter. He's platooning, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, this was Farhan's way. The Giants way overreached. Look, the Giants have a way of signing names versus signing production. They signed Matt Chapman because he was Matt Chapman in 2019, had a huge year in the juice ball year. And he's had other productive seasons where he's, hit 27 plus home runs, and he's been a stellar third baseman. And you get caught up with this, I get it. I get why they signed Chapman, because they didn't have the name and they saw his defense and thought, we're going to get Chapman. He's going to save us all these runs at third base. He's going to be incredible. And he is on defense. Look, but offensively, he's not a clutch player. That's all I got to say about him. He's not clutch. So we're down to 39 minutes, everybody. The Giants have made one trade. Well, if you consider the Devers trade, they've made 2. I mean, the Devers trade, and I when I heard them say a week ago, well, we actually got ahead and we got Devers before anybody. That was their deal. That was their big deal. And then I heard Melvin say, we think we have the players to get it done. And then I heard Posey say, I think we have the players to get it done. I said, they're probably not doing anything. So
That's what I predicted.
we'll see where this thing goes. I mean, you got 38 minutes to go in the trade deadline. I expect several deals to still be coming down the pike for different teams. I'm expecting Merrill Kelly to be traded. I'm expecting Zach Gallen to
It
go.
looks like 2 teams after him.
Let me see here. See something here.
While you're doing that, Dan, it says the Boston Red Sox and Texas Rangers are in strong pursuit of Kelly with 45 minutes left. May the best team win.
Nothing yet.
And Dan, going 0-6 in the last homestand, not making a move on the trade deadline, just really being a fan of me leaves a real bad taste.
Yeah, is Duran going to get traded?
We're going to New York where it's going to struggle.
How about here's some teams that still have. We got Stephen Kwan still out there. We still got Luis Robert Jr. We've got Marcell Ozuna, Jarren Duran. Let's take a look at some of the other players that still could go. I'm looking. I don't like that list. That's too. We're still looking at Alcantara, Zach Gallen, Mitch Keller, possibly Dylan Cease, Jarren Duran, Brandon Lowe, possibly. None of these people have been traded yet. The Rangers, breaking news. We do have breaking news. I just lost it. I think that was Jeff Passan. Darn it. I hate that when who broke the news? I saw it. It's the Rangers, and I missed it. It just went, okay, here we go. Bob Nightingale. The Rangers are now the favorites to land starter Merrill Kelly. Let me see what's going on. I thought it was Passan. Yep, the Rangers are acquiring right-hander Merrill Kelly from the Diamondbacks less than 1 minute ago. Okay. I had it up and then it left me. So the Rangers are getting Merrill Kelly. So we still have some teams to go here. Edward Cabrera, does he go? Did Dennis Santana, did he get traded from the Pirates yet? I don't think he has.
No, I don't think he has.
Griffin Jacks, Charlie Morton. Cedric Mullins was traded earlier to the Mets.
Yep.
Adrian Hauser, the White Sox, still out there. Laureano was traded to the Padres. There's guys out there still. Just not sure where this thing's going, guys. We're down to 34 minutes to go. Glad we didn't come on at noon. Robert Rothberg. I'm sure he is, Robert. Look at that comment. Robert, always coming in with the positive. I'm sure Posey's being aggressive. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe Zach Menaeson, since he was here when Farham was here, he's going to wait till the very last minute like they did when they got Chris Bryant. But Yep, the Giants could have had a haul with Robbie Ray, and they will regret it because they will bring back Robbie Ray for next year. And what will happen? Robbie Ray will falter. Robbie Ray will not have a good season next year. My prediction is I don't know. Maybe he will, but Stephen Purdo, the Giants are pathetic. We can get a haul for some of our guys like Duvall and Ray, and we could have a great system instead. Middle lane, like always. Yep, exactly.
Hey, Dan, do you think we'll ever find out from like Alex? You remember the big rumor before the Rodgers trade is the Mets wanted Duvall and the Giants probably wanted too much? You know, that sort of tells you something. If they realized what they got for Rodgers, they probably would have gotten either better prospects or another player for Duvall. Don't you think? When you really have,
I would have thought. I would have thought Duvall would have brought you as much or more. I don't know what David Bednar, but I mean the Giants just have to. I don't know what the problem is with the Giants.
Happy with what they have.
Maybe the Giants realize they don't have much behind them. There's not. The cupboard's kind of empty below the Giants, that are ready to come up, and maybe they feel like we can't do any better. Maybe the Giants just realize we're kind of up a creek without a paddle.
Good analogy. I agree.
George makes a good point here. No big money got moved today. Teams are not paying for Robbie Ray. Yeah, that's why you got to offer to pay $10 million of his $25 million next year. Look, Giants have money. They've done this. Use the money to get out of contracts and get prospects, get players. Let's see. Willie Castro is going from the Twins to the Cubs for prospects. Willie Castro on the move.
Boy, Minnesota is really going for it. Joe Ryan, he might be. Yeah. That's what you got to do. Realize you're not going to go to the playoffs. Think of next year and do what you can.
It's pretty sad when the Giants, when you're going to watch the playoffs and all these teams, exciting part of baseball that season, and you have 12 teams of the 30 teams. It's, we used to think hockey was ridiculous, for sending all these 8 teams from each conference to the playoffs in basketball, and now baseball's up there, and the Giants still can't make it.
Never made it as a wild card since they did it to make it easier. Correct.
Yeah. So Willie Castro, kind of a utility guy, on the way to the Cubs. That's good addition for the Cubs. I got to believe Verlander is going to go to a team. Wouldn't shock me to see Verlander reunited with the Astros.
Astros? What about Texas? Another arm.
Yeah, I mean,
you're gonna be, you're with one of the greatest managers of all time.
Yeah. Look at the Twins, though. Bob Nightingale, Minnesota Twins, massive fire sale continues.
Yep.
They have been in on everything.
Yep. That's
why
what we do.
The Giants just. I mean, my goodness, the Giants are the worst team in baseball since Rafi Devers trade. They're telling you to sell.
Minnesota, they realize it, and they're nothing they can do. This team's happy being mediocre. They're all fired up. I mean, I just think it's amazing how everyone was so fired up for the Devers thing. We're literally in first place, and now a complete disaster. We've just dropped to the bottom.
It'd be interesting to see if the Giants can hold off Arizona, especially after Arizona's moved everything. But you know what? I will not be shocked if Arizona surpasses the Giants. Why? Because they're going to play their young guys now, and they're just going to let their young guys play. You watch. Jordan Lawler will get called up. They'll go with guys like McCarthy and Pavin Smith and Tawa. They'll just start letting their young guys play. The Giants, it appears, unless they trade Yaz here in the next 28 minutes or they DFA him, it doesn't appear that Luis Matos is going to ever get a shot and the Giants will never know if he's a boom or bust. You know, right now it looks like Matos might be a bust, but we don't know for sure because he doesn't get a full run. He gets to play every now and then. Just let him go out and play. What's the worst that can happen? Man, I'm really
agree.
NCSL TL. Is anyone planning on? Yeah. Well, I'll be attending one game this entire year at Oracle in August 26th. But it is a situation that this team George says Giants want to sell tickets and refuse to be sellers. Owners are greedy. They make the mistake to think the Giants fans are okay with this team. Good vibes only last so long. Yep. Guys, do anything. Maybe trade our ball dudes. Do something. How about our ball dudes for a couple of those Padre ball girls?
Yeah, it's not good. You know, and it's just hard to get excited what we have. That's the other problem.
How about we play something of better times when Elliot Ramos was a stud last year, and we'll take a little break from the screen. If anything breaks during this little 1-minute promo.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. We got the Yankees have traded Oswald Cabrera. No, let me see. I hate that when it moves away from you. That wasn't it. Who put that up? Getting so many texts or tweets. I don't know who it was. It was Oswald Cabrera, and it didn't. And then I lost it.
Yeah, the problem is the internet's been sort of having problems, with so many people doing what we're doing.
Yeah. All right. Let's give you back to better days when Elliot Ramos was a top star and we were excited about him. So we'll be back in 1 minute, guys. You just got to take a little screen. All right. Little kind of a little commercial break there. Elliot Ramos from 2024 season, All-Star. This is why I wouldn't give up on Ramos. A lot of people are against Elliot Ramos. He's 25, 26 years old. I'm not ready to throw in the towel on a guy with the talent that he has. I just think the Giants need to build off of him. They just need to find the right group of players. They need a manager that can help this team. You know, I don't know. I don't know. This team looks to me to be just a first half team. They've shown this every year to be somewhat of a first half team since, the only season they had that carried it on was the 21 season. And that was just a magical year. And I kind of feel like that 21 season was really one of the worst things that might have happened to this franchise because it set us back. The Giants all of a sudden think they're really were contenders. Johnny says, I don't want to make a trade to make a trade. Any trade has to make sense, and Giants actually need to win every trade they make. There's a lot of truth in what you're saying, Johnny, but in a case like Yaz and Verlander, who really cares if you win the trade? Just move off of them. Just at that point, you're just unloading guys so other guys can play. But I see your point. Yeah, there's no reason just to make a trade generally. So still waiting, down to 20 minutes. Just got a report said that the Twins are expected to trade Joe Ryan. Is that this? Now, if the Giants pull something off like Joe Ryan trade, and that's for next year, I would be happy with that. I mean, if the Giants were able to, but I have a feeling if the Giants were in on a Joe Ryan trade, it might involve Bryce Eldridge because the surplus value. Bryce Eldridge is a 56 on the trade machine, while Joe Ryan, guys, believe it or not, Joe Ryan is a 70, I believe. Joe Ryan is 68, higher than Logan Webb. So if the Giants are in on a trade, for example, for a Joe Ryan, it will cost them their number one prospect. How do you guys feel about that? John Morrissey saying Red Sox are in on Joe Ryan. Well, they wanted Merrill Kelly, right? Could the Red Sox be giving up someone like a Marcelo Mayer? Could we see something along those lines? I mean, let's see what the Red Sox would have to give up to get a. If the Red Sox were trying to go for
somebody in Harrison, maybe thinking of the future. I don't know.
Okay, here's the values of Roman Anthony, 68. He matches up there. I don't think they're going to get rid of Roman Anthony. Jaron Duran, maybe. He's 55. I could see a Jaron Duran going to Minnesota. Uh-oh, we got some news here. The Diamondbacks received a pretty good package for Merrill Kelly, the Rangers' number 5 prospect. left-handed pitcher Cone Drake, 9th prospect, left-handed pitcher Mitch Bratt, and 13th pitcher, right-handed pitcher David Hageman. Okay, so there you see, this is why I thought Webb could bring a big haul, but it's not going to happen. Hold on here. One sec here. Carry on, Lou. I got to grab a call.
Wow. Well, guys, what are we going to say? Not surprising. But yeah, if Joe Ryan goes to Boston, I think it's sort of amazing. Two different things. The Giants and the Red Sox. From that one trade, one team has gone up. The other one's gone down. The one that traded the big asset has a better team now. Now they're trying to actually take another step toward the playoffs. It's just amazing how baseball is, but that's what's the beauty of the game. You never know. That's why you have to play.
I'm going to do a little trade analogy on this trade with the Diamondbacks and Rangers. Okay, so the Diamondbacks, the Rangers, number 5, Cone Drake. Cone Drake had a value of Cole Drake, I should say, not Cohen. It's a typo on Twitter. Cole Drake. He goes to the Diamondbacks along with Mitch Bratt and also David Hageman. And we need to pull up the Diamondbacks here. Merrill Kelly. Not a great value because of the pending free agency, guys. But there is your, hold on here. Let me pull up the machine here, and we can take a look at the values here that just came across. Okay, nothing, all within reason. They're not completely out of line. Again, because it's a seller's market, the sellers are getting back more in return than what they're giving up. So Merrill Kelly has a 4.8 value, and they get Cole Drake, who has a higher value of 7.8, than they get Mitch Bratt and David Hageman that under, 2. So, I mean, that's kind of a 3-for-1 deal. You're overpaying a little bit, but not outrageous. You're not getting, it's kind of like the Giants. The Giants got value in the Tyler Rogers deal. The 3 players they got back were higher value than Rogers.
Good point.
Yeah, and George makes a good point here. Teams are overpaying in prospects because those that are free agents won't be getting qualifying markets. You don't pay too much. You pay too much in free agency. Yeah. These guys are not going to they're not going to be able to attach a qualifying offer to these players like Merrill Kelly. See, we got another notice here coming across from a little basketball. Mikal Bridges, 4-year deal with the Knicks. Marlins ace is staying put. Sandy Alcantara, the number 1 pitching prize on the market, is staying put in Miami at least until this winter. Okay, so Robbie Ray becomes even more valuable right now. Buster, do something. My goodness. Hold on here. I might have to.
Are you hearing something?
No, let me see. Hold on.
God,
Nothing.
Even the Pittsburgh Pirates are making trades. Look at Kansas City Royal acquiring
Pirates are going to hang on to, speaking of the are hanging on to starter Mitch Keller, but send left-handed pitcher Bailey Falter to Kansas City. The Pirates, that's the guy that just pitched against the Giants the other night.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
And did you talk about the Yankees and Angels?
Which one was that one?
The Angels are sending minor league outfielder Wilberson to Puna and international bonus pool money to the Yankees for Oswald Perez or Peraza.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, there's so many coming on, like one after another, after another, after another.
Yeah, they're going to start flying through here now. Cincinnati Reds are acquiring outfielder Miguel Andujar from the A's.
Reds are going for it. I like it.
I don't know. It seems like the Giants, to me, Lou, if I had to say what's the problem with the Giants, feel a little chicken maybe.
And you saw Boston acquired Dustin May.
I did not see that one. Is that what was in the trade for?
No,
who was it? That was.
It just says Boston Red Sox are acquiring
Washington.
right-hander Dustin May from the Los Angeles Dodgers. Jeff Passan.
Okay, there it is. Just finally came across. Dustin May from the Dodgers to the Red Sox. Who are the Red Sox giving up? Yeah, what are we whining about, Lou? We got Jose Budo. Butte. Giants got some Butte, man. Come on, what do you want? They got some Butte. The Brewers have just traded Nestor Cortez to the Padres for outfielder Brandon Lockridge. So the Padres add another starter. Could Dylan Cease be going at the last minute to make, Dodgers or the Padres get was it Springs from the A's? Or Sears? Sears.
Or JP Spears. Sears, yeah.
Sears and Cortez, two lefties. Are they going to keep Dylan Cease or are they going to move off? Going back to the Pirates for Bailey Falter, Evan Sisk, and first baseman Callan Moss. Well, we'll have to check that one out too. See what the trade machine says there. I was looking for the Do Something Now song I had, but I don't even see it. What happened to our... I guess we're never going to know what could have been, right?
Yeah.
With the Giants. What's going on, Giants?
Look at me sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. If all the things you never show,
Okay, Taylor Rogers, who's just traded to the Pirates yesterday, is on the move again. He's going now to the Cubs. Taylor Rogers, Tyler's brother, leaving the Pirates and headed to the Cubs. The Diamondbacks getting little traction in talks with Zach Gallen. Now expect to keep him, barring a last-minute offer, according to Bob Nightingale. Tampa Bay is acquiring Adrian Hauser from the White Sox. Here we go, guys. Last-minute deals.
Yeah, and the Yankees and Tampa Bay Rays, after a 3-hour rain delay, have just made a trade too. The shortstop for Tampa Bay, Caballero, he's been traded to the Yankees, so he's just not going to walk across to the other side.
Yep, Yankees have obtained Jose Cabrera from the Rays for Everson Pereira and a player to be named. He's a base stealing threat. I think he leads the American League in base stealing. So the Yankees, that's a division trade. Who says you can't trade within the division? Yeah. It's been happening. Pirates just traded what's his name? Taylor Rogers just got traded twice. Reliever Phil Maton is going to the Texas Rangers from the Cardinals. Phil Maton going to the Rangers. He could become the Rangers closer. So math. Let's see.
Boy, that Hauser, Tampa Bay getting Hauser. I wonder what they gave up for that. I mean, that kid's a stud.
Yeah. So lots of deals going down. But Taylor Rogers gets traded twice within the Central Division in 2 days.
Yeah.
Does that break a record for brothers being traded 3 times? 2 brothers being traded 3 times in 1 day, within 24 hours?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the rule. I know it's the first time that 2 brothers have been traded on the same day.
No, it's happened 4 other times in baseball.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just thought I must have misread that. I'm sorry. Even the St. Louis Cardinals, are trading people. I mean, what are the Giants thinking? Adrian Hauser is a stud. That's going to be good, because the White Sox are loaded with pitching in AAA. So now they just acquire, another. That's how you keep the farm system going. And Dan, we talked about the other day who's going to go to the World Series first. With the Giants' problems and everything, the White Sox will probably make the playoffs more. And you're going, what? Are you out of your mind? They're loaded, and they have spent no money. The Giants are sort of stuck. So we'll see. All right, Alex, last 5 minutes for Buster to come through. I don't know if you remember the great group Supertramp. They had a song called Dreamer. But I'm rooting for you, Alex. It'd be better for us to talk.
So the Rays get Adrian Hauser from the White Sox for Curtis Mead. Let's take a look at that trade. That's a single trade.
Yeah.
Rays and White Sox. Let's see how that turns out on the.
I mean, Tampa's made 2 trades in the last, literally, 20 minutes? And they had 3 guys that left the ball game from possible injuries today against the Yankees, and they're losing. Wow.
Okay, Curtis Mead leaves the Rays. Curtis Mead. Let me find him. That's a 1-for-1 deal. Curtis Mead, a 3.3 on the Richter scale. And Hauser,
probably like a 6.5.
Probably in that range is my guess. Hauser, 4.5.
Yeah, right there.
Okay, so here's the trade, guys. Everybody that jumps on me and tells me my trade machine that I subscribe to is full of crap. Pretty doggone close, guys. So the Giants are just not getting anything done.
2-minute warning. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Okay, guys, there you go. There's a 1-for-1 trade, and you can see that this trade machine value is. Let me blow it up there. I can't quite get the whole thing in the name, but for you guys to see it. But there you go, 4.5 to 3.3. So what does that tell you? Some of the Giants that are in the teens, you could have been moving these guys, correct? You could have been moving guys like Tyler Fitzgerald. What's the future of Tyler Fitzgerald on this team? You could have been moving guys like Duvall, Patrick Bailey. Let's go over the Giants' values once again. Again, guys like Robbie Ray's value's not good because of the contract, but let's take a look at the Giants' trade values.
I think it all comes down to maybe the Giants think their players are better, and the rest of the league says, like, what are you smoking?
Why did the Giants go after an Adrian Hauser and get him for next year? He's not a free agent.
That's what I said.
What are we doing? What are we doing? You have no pitching. Look at the guys that the Giants could have been trading. They could have traded a Bailey, 18.2, and got some really good stuff back. Ryan Walker, there's a guy at 10.8. Tyler Fitzgerald, 9.7. Carson Wisenhunt, you might have got something there. Walker Martin, even Chapman, 7.5, still had value. Willie Adames, 7.4. You know?
I mean, even like this, Philadelphia, Phillies, St. Louis Cardinals reliever, Phil Maton, is going to Texas. I mean, I've never even heard of these guys.
Okay, the trade deadline is over, but there will be deals trickling in over the next 30 minutes, guys. So we'll let you know as those deals come through. Yankees get Camilo Duvall right now. There it is. John Heyman just reports the Giants did trade Camilo Duvall, everybody. Duvall to the Yankees.
Yep.
According to John Heyman. So we will see what the Giants get back in return for Camilo Duvall. Again, Duvall's value is 2.3.
Ooh.
So the Giants wait till the very last minute to get
tradition.
So again, there'll be several trades coming through here. The deals are done, but they will be trickle out over the next 30 minutes, and we will bring those to you. But Camilo Duvall is going to be in pinstripes for the New York Yankees. Tampa Bay Rays are acquiring right-handed reliever Griffin Jax. The Rays are acquiring right-handed reliever Griffin Jax. So Griffin Jax is probably going to be the closers for the Rays, I'm guessing. Griffin Jax to the Rays. The Rays
did something.
The Rays must be going for it. Let me take a look at the standings.
No, they're way back.
I thought they were.
Yeah. Maybe they're thinking of the future.
Standings in the wild card, the Rays are only 3 back. Only 3 back, guys. They're just trailing 3 or 4 other teams. So we'll find out who the Giants have coming back to them in this deal. Has, again, a lot of these deals that get done, they don't get the full details. And the Twins, yep, Griffin Jacks, we mentioned that. Tigers just got Charlie Morton from the Baltimore Orioles, the 41-year-old starter.
You wanted him. I thought that was a good play.
It was like I thought about getting him just if they were in it to get arms, but the Giants are going to fall like a. They're going to the second half. Their arms. They don't have any arms. The Giants don't have the arms to compete.
Yeah, we now traded our eighth inning guy and our closer, former closer.
Yeah. So, Juan Guzman, watch the Yankees give us Spencer Jones. I doubt it. No. Spencer Jones, Duvall's value again is a 2.3. Let's see. I can't even. Let's see what the Giants might get back from the Yankees. Let's look at the trade machine value for the Yankees. Aaron Judge, 77. Oh, it's Duvall for Aaron Judge, everybody. You heard it here first on NorCal Sports Network. Arson Judge is coming to the Giants. Arson Judge. I wish we could have got somebody like a Will. I wish we would have traded, for Will Warren, Luis Heel. Okay, Giants are probably going to get somebody like, who'd they trade? Duvall?
Yeah.
They could get somebody like a Fernando Cruz who's injured, but the guy just throws smoke. But he's 34, so I doubt that. I would think they're looking at somebody along the lines, maybe a Chase Hampton, starting pitcher, Chase Hampton, an outfielder, Anthony Hall. Pretty much Yankees farm system's just getting kind of wiped out with them sending guys. Stephen Kwan stays in Cleveland.
Standard.
Still waiting to hear. Is that the deal? Tibbs is going back to the Dodgers for Dustin May? Is that true, Tony? Haven't seen that, but Minnesota Twins since Monday traded. Oh, the Twins are getting Taj Bradley in the Griffin Jacks deal and Ty France, but they traded Castro, Duran, their closer, Chris Paddock, Carlos Correa, Colombe, Harrison Bader, Stewart, Jacks, Varland. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys that the Twins traded. It's kind of like Buster didn't have the right phone number, I guess. It's like I tried.
Do you think what the Mets? Yeah, I tried. Do you think what the Mets offered Duvall is this equivalent to what the Yankees did, or did he maybe say, "Oh shit, we fucked up. We better take this"?
My guess it's the latter because they waited too long to the very end, and I mean, it made so many other trades. What prospects were left for Duvall?
Yeah. Desperate.
Buster, wherever he is, I'm changing your name. I got to change my dog's name.
Hey, let's see if they have a press conference or anything on KBR.
The deals should start flying in here as far as what they are. Chad Spieger saying George Lombard. That would be good. He's a shortstop, I believe, but I don't think that's not official, is it, Chad? We haven't heard anything official yet. Let me go back to
Talking baseball. The Giants by the bay. Well, at least you have something interesting tonight. Again, tonight, 7:30. Marty.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Marty, Larry, and Dan.
Is it? I think it's set for 7. Let me double check. Let me double check here. 7 o'clock, yes. 7 o'clock. So you wonder if guys like Yaz and Flores will just be put on waivers and see if the Giants will get some salary relief if they're trying to get relief that way.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what teams do. That's when you're not in the race, you waive guys that are not part of your future, so you can get number one, dump the. Pavs reporting Rodriguez now Giants closer. Great, he can't pitch 2 days in a row. That's really good. Hopefully, he pitches on a Friday night, and then they have a Saturday day game, and he's like, I can't pitch. I'm really I'm really worn out. I pitched last night, coach. I need a day's recovery in between. You know that. That's great. Guy's got electric stuff, but he's not available 2 days in a row. And if he is, he's going to get lit up.
Hold on, another thing. Oh, no. Okay. So former Giants 2024 first-round pick is now a Dodger. They sent Tibbs to Boston for Devers. Dodger Stadium. Dodgers will send
Tibbs is going to the Dodgers.
Yeah, for Justin, the part of the Justin May. Isn't Tibbs the guy we just got in the Devers trade?
Yeah. Watch Tibbs become the star and haunt the Giants. Oh my gosh. Watch him become a perennial all-star 300 hitter. Oh. So the Padres are keeping Dylan Cease.
Yeah, I was surprised maybe they would trade him because, I mean, I know they're free agents, but right now the Dodgers have won 6 in a row, and they've done so much.
Okay, to get Duvall, the Yankees traded Jesus Rodriguez, Parks, Harbor, Tristan Verling, and one other player. So the Giants get 3 players, according to Jack Curry of the Yes Network. So I'm going to tell you that those are the 3 players. Oh, deloading just put that in the chat too. Okay, as I'm reading it off of chat, I'm going to look up these players. We'll look up who the Giants got. Jesus Rodriguez. Parks, Harbor. Well, Park, Harbor. Go Parks at the Harbor there, Park. Okay, let's see. Giants can be like, we're really high on these guys. We really like, a catcher. Jesus Rodriguez, a catcher, 22 years old. Also, Parks, Harbor, and Tristan Verling. Tristan Verling. There we go. He's a starting pitcher. He's 23. And we just need to find Parks Harbor here. Where are you, Parks? I'm on the trade machine, guys, right now. And just pulling up the Giants players.
Acquisition.
New stars coming to San Francisco. Can't wait till next. What do they call that? Not fan appreciation day. What do they call that?
Fan Fest.
Can't wait to meet Parks Harbor next year at the Fan Fest. Parks, can I get your autograph? Parks Harbor. I haven't found him yet. I'm on the last page. Is he on here? Parks Harbor. I must have missed him. Maybe he's a little bit. Maybe I missed him. Maybe he's like right under Aaron Judge, and I just missed him. I wasn't. Okay. Parks Harbor. Not on page 1. Things moving really slow today. All right. Why? Found Tristan Verling. He's he looks like a solid. He's a 1.4, so it could be this guy. Come on, Parks Harbor. He might be so. He's not even in the system. He's so good. All right.
Possible hidden gem.
It's possible that he is like somewhere in some Port Harbor. I don't know. Parks. Come on. All right. He doesn't have much value because he's not on here. And just to give you an idea, I'm looking at zeros right now. And he's not on there. I go to the last page. Parks, last page. We're at minus. Has he got any negative value at least? He's got no value. Okay, we don't see any Parks Harbor on here. All right. So here's the Giants are trading or have traded. We just got to go find Camilo Duvall on here. Duvall, where did he go? Did his value go up? Come on. Maybe Duvall's value went up. He was on the second page. Duvall. Oh, he made it on. Oh, he's at 3.5. Okay. His value went up. Okay. Here's our trade, guys. So just to give you an idea, when we talk about the trade machine, I don't want to hear it from anybody anymore. That is pretty doggone accurate. There it is, guys. Giants get 3, and they got Parks Harbor, who's not listed on the machine. That
what exactly does that mean?
That he's not on
there? Does that mean he's in rookie ball?
Oh, the Royals got outfielder Mike Yastrzemski. Yaz has been traded. Jeff Passan go Yaz to the Royals. Oh, how does Yaz goes to the Royals? We'll find out what that is. Okay, so there you guys have it. I can't scream and yell at Buster too much now because he did get rid of
one of them.
But why did he wait till the very last second? So Yaz goes to the Royals. Duvall at 3.5 brought back Jesus Rodriguez, Tristan Verling, and Parks Harbor, who's probably a net zero. So it's a pretty close trade. So everybody ripping me and telling me my trade machine that doesn't work. Where are you now? Come on, deloading. You're one of those guys that's been giving me a hard time on this machine. I know. I got receipts. I'm teasing you guys, but it's a tool. That's all it is. It's a tool that gives you an idea what the values are. And our traded deloading says the trade machine changes. Yeah, after they're traded. I said that Duvall was a 2.3. I might have looked at it backwards. And what is he, a 3.5? I don't know. Maybe it updated after yesterday's game. I'm not sure, but pretty close. Yeah, it's not perfect science, but I think it gives you an idea that what some of the guys are worth, and the fact that the Giants do have some value in players like Bailey. And when I look at this page and I see Ramos at 27, and then you look at other players, I mean, you can get a lot of, Patrick Bailey at 18.2. I don't know why you want to hang on to that guy when you can get somebody in the lineup. If you could make a trade for an Adley Rutschman, because the Orioles have Samuel Basallo, again, Parks plays an A ball at Hudson Valley. Yeah, he wasn't even on the trade machine, so don't know much about Parks Harbor.
He's playing against Kelly Lee.
Flores is still here, yeah. So I think the Giants enjoy collecting first basemen. We have Gerard Encarnacion. We have Devers. We have Smith. We have Flores, and soon have Eldridge. I think if we can get, maybe the Giants are trying to build a starting five at first base. Maybe they think it's basketball. If they have 5 first basemen that can't play anything but first base or DH, maybe that's the deal for the Giants. We're still looking. We'll wait and see what the final deals are. But nothing to get super excited about when you look at what the Giants are getting back. They're getting a catcher, which was not even the top catcher that the Yankees traded today, and a starting pitcher in Tristan Vierling. Vreiling. Maybe it's Vreiling, not Vierling. Vreiling. Let's see if we can look up a little bit about these guys and find a little information on Jesus Rodriguez, a catcher. Okay. Jesus Rodriguez, 5'10", 208-pound stumper. And let's look at his minor league stats. He's a 23-year-old. Might not be bad. Might not be bad here, guys. Jesus Rodriguez. Let me pull up his stats for you, and we can look at that. 228 strikeouts in his minor league career in 1559 plate appearances. 14.6. Okay, Buster kind of has his guy. Okay. Take a look at the batting averages of, hold on here and I'll pull. Oh, it is up there. All right. If you look at his batting average, hold on. Get the ad out of here. Sorry. Okay. Rodriguez hitting 300 this year in AA and AAA in 392 plate appearances, hitting 300 with 5 home runs, but making contact. 61 strikeouts in 392 plate appearances, 15.5%. Okay, so this guy is already at AAA, hitting around 300 and doesn't strike out a lot, doesn't have much power. But this is a pretty good move in the sense that you got a catcher that might be able to do something at the plate and make contact. So from what I can see, based on his numbers that I look at, I see a guy that hit 362, hit 348 in rookie ball, 132 at bats, hit 310 between A and A plus with 393 at bats. High A and double A, he hit 302. Double A and triple A, he's hitting 300. This is a guy that hits 300 across his minor league career, has over 1,300 at bats. Not a big home run hitter. That's okay. This is a guy that makes contact. I see a pattern here. This is what the Giants traded for in Gilbert from the Mets. So this is not a guy that let's see. This could be, and then so this is a little bit encouraging. Lou, this is a catcher that strikes out about 14 to 15% over his minor league career that they picked up, this Jesus Rodriguez from the Yankees for Duvall. He's a 300 hitter throughout his minor league career. Each step of the way, he hasn't faded. He hit this year in AAA, AA and AAA, 392 plate appearances, hit 300, only struck out 15.5% of the time. So we clearly see, I was telling the chat,
contact hitters.
Buster's going after a certain type of hitter. The guy they got for Rogers, Drew Gilbert, the outfielder, 16% strikeout rate in AAA. So Giants are looking at guys that make contact. Buster is clearly has a type of player in mind moving forward. He's tired of the strikeouts. He said, I think what Buster is saying, look, I had my share of strikeouts, but not like anything like you clowns.
Anybody I've ever seen, sure.
Yeah. I think he's putting together a contact team, and yeah, same as the guy we drafted, Gavin, contact hitter, low strikeouts.
So he's only had 1 year in AAA. It's this year. I mean, I'm just sort of seeing it.
Whoa. Brewers are getting Shelby Miller. Milwaukee Brewers landing Shelby Miller, according to Bob Nightingale. He's on the IL, but will be back shortly. So to the D-backs probably use Miller as the 7th, 8th inning guy, and they have McGill. So they got rid of Yaz, they got rid of Duvall, and they got rid of Rogers. 2 of the 3 free agents. Those are the 3 guys they moved, right? That we know of.
2 of the 3 free agents, correct.
Okay. Did not move Verlander that we know of yet, and Flores. Interesting. All right. So who was the other guy we got in this trade for the Reiling? Tristan. Trys. That's tries in my, but Tristan. Maybe, is it Tristan or Tristan or Tristan?
Yeah, it's Trystan. In fact, we got 4 players. You got that right, Dan. 4 players.
Who was the 4th player?
Jesus Rodriguez, Tristan, V.
Reiling. I got it. I got Reiling.
Parks Harbor.
Yeah.
But it's ER, and then Carlos De La Rosa.
Carlos De La Rosa. Let's see about Carlos De La Rosa. 4 players. Let's see if Carlos De La Rosa he's not on page. He's not on. Wait a minute. Why do I play around and just try and find these guys like a needle in the haystack? I know Buster. Let's just go look at the top. He's probably right next to Aaron Judge or Jazz Chisholm. Nope, he's not there. Dang it. What was his name again?
Carlos De La Rosa.
Carlos De La Puente. Our own Carlos De La Puente.
Rosa,
traded.
Rosa.
All right. Carlos. Calling Carlos. What position does he play? He's not showing up yet. Carlos De La Puente.
De La Rosa.
I call him Carlos De La Puente. Come on. Let's see. Oh, there he is. 17-year-old starting pitcher. 0.02. Not 2. 0.2, I should say. So the trade machine's looking even better. And what was the other guy's name? Parks Harbor. We never did find Parks.
Yeah, but it's Harber. Is it spelling Harber? And then Parks, Parks.
Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't have a problem finding a guy with the name P. Parks. Parks Harbor. Parks Harbor. Nope, he wasn't on the. He just doesn't show up on the trade machine. I think there's only so. Let me type his name in. Parks, Parks. Harbors.
Yes, Ber. Harber.
Ber. Is it with an S at the end or no?
No, just Harber.
Yeah, you can't be Parks Harbors. You can only.
Yeah.
Okay, Parks doesn't show up. Search. Okay, we're getting more notifications. Parks Harbor.
All right, I found them. He's in minor league ball. He's injured. He's from Atlanta, Georgia. He's 24 years old. Here, I'm going to put right here, Dan, for you.
Yankees prospect watch. Jesus Rodriguez opens a 40-man spot, third base, catcher versatility, really good contact tool. Parks Harbor was a great find as a undrafted free agent last year. Good stuff by the scouting department. Tristan Vreiling has dealt with injuries. Okay, so there we have it. You pretty much got your – we'll see. It appears that this is what the Giants are doing. They are going after guys that make contact. That is Buster's thing going forward. Rod, thank you for the $4.99. Appreciate that. The big Duvall traded to the Yankees. Thank you for that. Yes. Don't see any trade that helps this team this year. If someone wants what the Giants have, then get a bunch of prospects. Yes, indeed. Stephen Perdo, the Giants are pathetic. Get a haul. Yep. I think we read that one earlier. So thank you to everybody who was in the chat today, donated.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Giants make a few moves. Nothing earth-shattering. I don't think we see maybe we see a couple of these guys from yesterday's deal. We could even see this Jesus Rodriguez. He's in AAA. We could see a call up to these, to the Giants.
And it is a sign that at least they sold and they're looking forward to the future. Because when you trade Duvall, who really is your closer and your eighth inning guy, it tells you.
Yeah, so the Giants are.
We're still in it.
I mean, they pretty much kind of, we'll see. Yaz is gone. So who plays right field?
Do you think your boy?
I don't know if it's Matos or do they give the job to Gilbert. It's going to be interesting. We're going to see. I don't know why you wouldn't give the job to Matos because he's out of options. Gilbert is not. Why not see what Matos has? He's in your farm system. Play him every day. And, it looks like Justin Verlander is with the Giants unless there's something else that's happened that we haven't heard yet. So I don't know. A lot of people think the lights are going to shine too bright in the Bronx for Duvall. It could be tough for him. Could be tough. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, Rodriguez was on the verge of coming up to the Bronx. We spawned catchers, and they all are good. Yeah, you guys had one of my guys that I picked up early in fantasy before he even got traded to the. I picked up Agustin Ramirez this year while he was a no-name. I had him from the minors, and then he got called up to the Marlins. The guy's been a masher. He was a catcher in the Yankees organization. We've seen other catchers move on. Yeah, the Yankees can find some hitters. They develop hitters. That's what the Giants should be doing, is going to finding guys that make contact in triple all the way through their career and get these guys. I think Posey's had it with the guys that just strike out. I think Patrick Bailey's days are numbered. Yeah, I think they're numbered. I don't anticipate this year, but I don't think Bailey's the long-term answer.
Yeah. And, you have the offseason too. Remember, it's not like, a lot of trades happen in the offseason.
Not going to lie, Duvall experience in the Big Apple might be box office, might be a crash and burn type situation under the bright lights. It could be. What is Duvall going to do when he's got 40,000 Lou's standing up and screaming for him instead of one?
Correct.
In San Francisco, Lou rode
100 times worse.
Yeah, Lou rode his ass all the way into the clubhouse, and Lou gets ejected because he's screaming at Duvall. But what's going to happen when Duvall blows a game in New York and they are booing him and he's walking with his head down like he doesn't, nonchalant, and the press is going to just eat him alive.
Agreed.
Woo! We'll see how it goes. Rob, another $6 says my plan would be to DFA Wilmer, move Elliott to DH, Gilbert in right field, and Matos in left. I like your plan, Rob. I think that's a winning plan. Let's see what guys that make contact. What would be crazy if Gilbert and Matos are in the lineup, both guys that don't strike out, and then you bring up this kid Rodriguez and he can catch and he doesn't strike out, and all of a sudden you got three guys in your lineup that aren't striking out and hitting, and all of a sudden the Giants win 18 in a row.
Oh God.
I'm being a little facetious.
I got
here,
it.
But let's say the Giants do start playing a little better baseball because they're making contact. And what happens if the contact that they make actually starts helping the team score runs? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But Giants are going for contact guys that don't have a lot of power. You know what? I'm okay with guys that have
just put the ball in play.
Yeah, I'm okay with guys that strike out that have power, that have legitimate power, because that comes with the territory. But you got to have 5 other guys in the lineup that make contact. So we'll see where this thing goes. But guys, thank you for being with us this afternoon. We've been going for 2 hours and 38 minutes, and it's time for us to get out of here. I am tired. I got another show coming at 7:00 with Marty Lurie and Larry Krueger. And so come right back here in NorCal Sports Network. It's 7:00 tonight, everybody. And we will. A lot of sense. Yeah, get the contact, guys. There we go. Wow, Jordan Montgomery to the Milwaukee. That guy's been a bust and a half for the Diamondbacks. You're welcome, Scott. Thanks for being here. Barry, trust in Posey. Don't put your trust in Posey. Put your trust in God. Don't put your trust in man. I know what you're saying.
Giants get a junior mint from the Royals.
A junior mint.
Oh, junior mart. All right. I thought it was a junior mint as a gag.
That's great. All right. Guys, don't forget to be here tonight, 7:00. We'll break down the trades and everything, and we'll be talking Larry Krueger, Marty Lurie, right here, NorCal Sports Network. The show for all your Giants content. I think we're like the #1 show when it comes to numbers right now. They know where to come to get news. There we go. All right.
They are refreshing.
Kramer, yeah. There we go. Hitting balls in the Cove is nice, but putting balls in play is better, yes. All right, guys, we got the music going long. Maybe we got the long version here. I got to rest up, Lou. I got another show coming in 3 hours, just over 3 hours. Do we have any other news that... Nope. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. Really do appreciate it. For all your Giants news, keep it right here. We'll see you tonight at 7 o'clock. Take care, everybody.